People angry and decide to use their constitutional right, which is to protest, so they can put pressure on the government. There are some minority people who are looting, is asking for forgiveness. The president is asking for forgiveness. Yes, listen.
I stand before you as a fellow African to express my regret and to apologize for what has happened in our country. South Africans are not xenophobic. South Africans are not against nationals from other countries. We welcome people from other countries, and we are going to work very hard that we encourage and promote social cohesion of all the people of South Africa, working and living side by side with people from other parts of our continent.
People are angry about job. People are angry about crime. People are not happy about the pressure in the hospital, pressure at school, pressure of the government facility, and they take it on the street. They can put pressure on the government to do their job. That's why they protest. That is the way for the people of South Africa to express themselves. They make sure the government listen to them. And to make sure the government listen to them, they use their constitutional right, which giving them right to protest, right to march. That's why today you can see this thing happening in South Africa. Yes, Abahambe was a mistake. We are very sorry. Please forgive us. Forgive us.
No person has the right to enforce immigration laws outside of the state, demand papers, demand identification. No person has the right to incite violence. No person has the right to engage in vigilantism. No person has the right to engage in xenophobia or any other discriminatory practice.
Most of South African people, they welcome African people from another country. The president promised to fix immigration properly. We can actually confirm that with the Minister of Home Affairs. Yes.
We must never allow a narrative where people are dehumanized and where there's almost an assumption that you forfeit your right to be a human being because you have violated or because you are alleged to have violated a particular law.
It's not because you did not respect the law that you don't have a right. It's not because you are illegal in the country that you don't have a right. If you watch what is happening in South Africa very well, you will notice that most South Africans welcome people from another country. Just like in any country in the world, you will find violence. Yes, in South Africa, there is violence. But remember, this violence is actually made by smaller group of people in the community. It's not all South Africans who are violent. You have to take note on that. Take note that it's not all South Africans who are violent. It's just a minority of people who decide to take the law in their hand. And that's why the president is against that. In the recent protests and attack in South Africa, there were some people who actually lost their business, who actually even lost their life. For me, it's very important for the president to come and say to the nation that we are sorry. We are sorry for what is happening in South Africa because some of our white people decide to take the law in their hand, and we are not on support on that. The president apologized to other African countries and to foreigners. You know, protesting in South Africa is in the constitution. A South African got a right to protest. African living in South Africa got also a human right even though you came to South Africa illegal, even though you don't have a documentation to live in South Africa or to conduct business in South Africa, you still have a human right who protects you. You still have your right. It say we South Africa, we cannot ignore that you got a right to exist. You got a right for life. At the same time that South African is asking you to have your document, the Minister of Home Affairs saying that we are also protecting your right. Yes, that's what the minister said. Because of this match and match, believe me, the government will enforce the law of immigration in the better way because the people protest. Yeah. Yes, you can exercise your constitutional rights, but don't hurt people. Don't hurt innocent people. Don't loot people business. If you loot people business, if you hurt innocent people, you will face the law. You will face the police. That's what the president said also. You don't have a right to go to his business and vandalize the business. You don't have a right to ask him document because it's only the government who can ask anybody in South Africa his document, the police and Home Affairs. You don't have a right to get inside somebody's property. You don't have a right to get inside somebody's business without his consent. So let everybody respect the right of everybody. We remember what happened actually between Cyril Ramaphosa recently and the president of Ghana. They're supposed to have a work meeting, but I don't know what happened. So Cyril Ramaphosa is saying to other African countries not to cut ties between South Africa and their country because South Africa is still a bigger economy in Africa. So the partnership is very important. That's why he's asking other presidents not to cut ties with South Africa. What do you think about this guy? South Africa is the brother or the sister of other African countries. So we need to work together. We should work together as brother and sister. Yeah. South Africans should work together with other African countries as brother and sister. The president of South Africa says sorry for the violence. He's saying that he's going to fix the immigration law. He's going to make sure this problem calm down. And then he's going to make sure South Africa continue making business with other African countries in peace. It's actually mentioned that South Africa still respect other African countries. South Africa still respect other African countries. You guys must forgive South African. Yeah, that's what he said. The president promised to fix immigration properly. We can actually confirm that with the Minister of Home Affairs. Yes. Do not let mob take over. The president actually promised us to fix immigration properly. Do you think Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, can afford to see South Africa isolated in Africa? Don't forget to subscribe on this channel, the channel of African living in the diaspora, the channel of hustler, the channel of traveler, the channel of technician, the channel of business people. My name is Alphonse Fokou. Let me see you in my next video. Stay blessed.